Hello and welcome to my channel Inspiring Life Changes. This is a reading for all Leos today, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus signs. It's a general reading, so it won't resonate with all Leos out there. If it doesn't feel right to you, if it doesn't fit the situation you feel you're in, then you can check out your Moon, Rising and Venus signs. There will be a free astrology link to your birth chart in the description down below, and there will also be my email for anybody who might like to contact me for a private personal reading, because this is just a general reading. So if you want more in-depth insight and clarity into your own personal situation, then it's always best to book a private reading. That being said, I am going to start the reading for Leos off with these cards, Namaste cards by Tony Carmine Salerno. And today, Leo, you got two cards come out together. After I've read these cards, I will go into the main part of the tarot reading, which is going to be done with the Greek Mythic Tarot deck by Juliet Sherman Burke and Liz Green, and then I will finish the reading by Ask and It Is Given by Esther Hicks and Jerry Hicks, channeling the wisdom and philosophy, if you like, of Abraham Hicks. If you don't know who Abraham Hicks is, I suggest you go online and check him out, or check them out. Okay, so the first card that came out for you today, Leo, as I say, you got two of these Namaste cards, and you are the first of my readings to have got two of these. And the first card says, your blessed power. You are a field of endless possibility with unlimited power to create. Every atom of you is full of abstract potential that can be moulded into any form. Every particle of you holds the blueprint of creation. You are a force of nature and a great blessing on this earth. So it's saying, honour yourself, really. Honour your own power. Be aware of your internal power. That every cell in your body manifests that power, holds that potential. And the second card that you got is the Blessing Without Borders card. And this card says, in essence, we are living energy flowing through the ocean of human consciousness. Spiritual beings moving through cycles of life, birth, death and rebirth. We are all interconnected and in communion with each other, no matter how much physical space appears to separate us. Feel the blessed presence of someone you love this moment in your heart. So what this card is saying is that even though the people that you love may not be right with you at this moment in time, you can still connect with them by feeling them in your heart. Allow yourself to feel that energy of love and the interconnectedness. This is what this is representing here. This tree is interconnected with everything. There is no separation. Everything is a part of one larger force. So the first card that came out for you, Leos, today is the Five of Wands. And when this card came out, the words that came out with it were, Leos, be brave, stand up for the courage of your convictions. And that may mean something to some of you out there. But the Five of Wands is a card of standing up to the courage of your convictions, because it's asking you to be strong within yourself. You need to battle that dragon, and that dragon represents the side of ourselves that we don't necessarily want to acknowledge, or deal with or face up to, but we need to, in order to, in this card, Jason needs to battle this dragon in order to win the prize, and the prize is the golden fleece. So the fleece kind of represents I suppose it represents the prize that we will receive. You know, the golden fleece is representative of things that have transmuted, because gold is like a transmuted energy. So it's very much saying, like, you know, if you battle, if you are courageous enough, if you have the heart of a lion and can bring that forth, stand up for the courage of your convictions and be brave, you can transmute your fears into something golden, something positive, something that will outshine your darkness. And the card that's above you, what's in your head and what you're aware of at the moment, is the Queen of Pentacles. And the Queen of Pentacles is a energy of how can I put this? She's an energy of, she's very earthy, she's very sensual, she's very she kind of rules over her domain with a very kind of caring, nurturing energy. She epitomizes all the kind of female traits of mothering. She's the earth energies of Capricorn, Virgo and Taurus. That's not to say that only women contain the energies of mothering. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that this is a energy. It's an energy that can be within the masculine as much as the feminine, but it is a feminine nurturing energy. But there are two sides to this energy, because with the Queen of Pentacles, she will bring you into her fold, shall we say. She will kind of gather you in and make you a part of her family. And she will look after you, care for you, and love you as long as you don't betray her, or don't betray her trust, because the Queen of Pentacles is very big on trust. That's one thing that she kind of demands, is this trust from people. This kind of like, you know, whatever I give out to you, I kind of expect it back in the same vein. And so if you hurt the Queen of Pentacles, she will forgive you, but she will only forgive you a certain amount of times. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again without learning the lesson of what you're doing with the Queen of Pentacles, she will cut you off. She will. It's kind of like, if you think of her sitting in her castle with her big moat around her castle, the drawbridge will be down as long as you're welcome, but if you're not welcome, that drawbridge will be up, and it will not come down for nothing. Not for anything. Once she turns her back on you, that's it. She can be incredibly, almost as cold as the Queen of Swords in many ways, but it takes a lot more for the Queen of Pentacles to cut somebody out, rather than with the Queen of Swords, you can cut people out a lot quicker. So that's the energy here with the Queen of Pentacles. She's also very much to do with the physical realm. If you see here the grapes, she holds the grapes. It's fulfilling, satisfying, satisfactions. A lot of greenery. There's a lot of fertility here. There's a lot of very kind of earthy nature. So she could represent yourself as an aspect of yourself at this time, Leo. She could also be somebody who you know. She could be somebody who is coming into your life that you're aware of. She could be somebody that you're going to have to deal with, somebody you have to face up to a situation with that you don't necessarily want to do. She could be you that's having to make that decision to be brave, courageous, and stand up for the courage of your convictions. because that is the heart of the reading. And what's below that is the Four of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles is pretty much that kind of blocking things off. And like kind of what I was saying about the Queen of Pentacles is that she will give and she will give and she will give until she feels that you basically don't deserve. And if you don't deserve, then that's it. She will, no more. That is the Queen of Pentacles energy. And this card here, if you look here, this character here is holding on for fear of not having any more. It's like he fears that if he lets go of what he's holding, he will lose everything he already has, what he's achieved to date. And in this card in particular, there's an envy, there's a jealousy, with this young lad here who's an incredibly skilled individual, an apprentice to this man here. And his skill is already surpassing his teacher. So it's a bit like the student overtaking the teacher, and the teacher doesn't like it. And so he stops himself from supporting this person here, which is very much the Queen of Pentacles energy. Like I say, if you bad mouth her or too many times, or go behind her back, there's this energy of unforgiveness, and I think that's the same with this card here. There's an unforgiving energy here, even though this boy here is just doing what he does, and he does what he does best. There's a feeling here of you know, I can't allow that. So what's moving away has been a time of a victory, a time of feeling as though you've achieved something. Here, the fleece has been won, the victory has been got. This is the heart of the reading, remember, the Five of Wands, and what's moving away is the Six of Wands. So it's saying that there has been a victory, but there is still more battle to be fought. I always liken this card a bit to being at a certain point in our lives where we kind of realise that we've got to a certain position, if you like. We've achieved a certain amount, but we haven't reached the end. It's not a 10, it's a 6. So we need to keep going because we haven't got to the completion. But it does say that this is a good time for celebration. But this is what's moving away. So the 6, I would say, is saying that there has been a period of time where you have been able to celebrate and to recognise that you've got support and that people have been there for you. And that things have been good. But there could now be a certain amount of jealousy because of this card here, the underlying issue. There could be a jealousy here. And that's kind of what I'm feeling, because we have the Ten of Swords coming in as the future, and the Ten of Swords is a completion. But it's also a completion that comes after a lot of mental distress, a lot of worry, a lot of strife, a lot of kind of, you know, having to do something you don't necessarily want to do, which is what causes all the turmoil in your life, if you like. And so here, these furies that have been driving him crazy, the mind furies, have been driving him crazy to the point where he can no longer take it. He just wants to curl up. He just wants to curl up and get away from it all. But what he doesn't realise is that these swords, which have been pointing at him, are now all pointing down into the ground. So they are no longer actually aimed at him. It's almost like in that surrender, in that moment of giving up, he has moved beyond it. The sun is rising above for a new day dawning in the background, and Athene here, the goddess of wisdom and justice and all things that are fair, has turned up, and she's basically saying to the Furies, that is enough. That is enough. You've done the worst that you possibly could. Now it's time to go. Time to leave. Let him be. And so there could be a situation where somebody is going to move in and help you get through this situation, where something that you don't particularly want to do. And I get the feeling that you are going to be feeling like you are... It's going to drive you quite insane. I get that feeling that it's a personal, something that you can't really explain it to other people. Other people won't really be able to relate to how you're feeling about this. It's something that is very, very personal. And it is not an easy time, the Ten of Swords, but it is also a final ending. It is a completion within this situation. So I'm going to pull some more cards, and I will pull cards and ask for clarity for you Leos on, I think we'll ask for a card of clarity on the Four of Pentacles first of all. So some clarity for Leos, please, universe, spirit guides, spirit family, on the Four of Pentacles for Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising, Leos. What is the message that the Leo need to hear? What is the message for Leos at this present time? What is the Four of Pentacles about? What is the message behind the Four of Pentacles? It's the bigger message, because this is the subconscious layer. This is what's down below and what you may not be aware of. So the message of the Four of Pentacles, the holding on, the needing to restrict things. It's a restricting card. It's a card of holding things back, of not giving. You feel as though you're in a situation where you don't want to give of yourself for fear of what it may bring in the future. So what is the Four of Pentacles, please, universe? What is the Four of Pentacles? What is it that Leos need to be aware of with this particular card at this time? What is the Four of Pentacles? Four of Pentacles. What is the bigger picture here? There we go. We have it clarified by the Six of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles is saying that there has been a situation of giving and receiving, of being a balance between two people. One person has something that the other person needs. So although this person is in a better situation than this person here, although he's in a stronger position of power, shall we say, and he has money, whereas this person doesn't. This person has nothing, and he's on his knees and he's kind of begging this person for help. Strangely and ironically, this person actually holds more power because he has the skill to do the job that this person needs done. So it's kind of saying that sometimes we don't feel as though we're in a position of strength and power because somebody else seems to have more authority over us, but that's not always the case. Sometimes we do actually hold the power without knowing we hold the power. And this person knows that although he has the position of power, he really needs this person. So there is a balance here between these two, even though it doesn't look like it. There is a balance. There is a way that these two can help each other out. And that's really what this card is saying. There is a benefit for both parties here. And so with the Four of Pentacles here as well, this holding on in this situation is not going to do him any favours, because he's going to end up with nothing because he's holding on too tightly. It's not like there isn't enough need for both of these two to be able to work together, but his jealousy won't allow that to happen. So with the holding on, and there has been a situation, because this is where it's coming from, there has been a situation of also being a beneficial, something of benefit that turned out to be very one-sided, I would say, that somebody took more than their fair share in many ways. That's the underlying issue here, is that somebody hasn't been fair, even though this card is coming out the right way, because it's partnered with the Four of Coins, which is all about restricting, holding on to, not seeing somebody else's worth and working with that person. I would say that there has been this situation where it's out of balance. There has been a power struggle, maybe that's the term I'm looking for here, as a power struggle has been going on, which has affected the Queen of Pentacles and her environment and her domain. And the Queen of Pentacles likes to rule her domain fairly, justly. She is a fair queen. She is somebody who likes to see harmony and balance, but because she's Venus ruled, but she doesn't necessarily put up with too much BS or nonsense. So if you step over that line too many times, she will come down hard and heavy. And that's what I think is going on here, Leos, with this situation. Somebody has upset a situation by not being honest and trying to get more than their fair share. And Leos are having to stand up and say enough is enough. So let's get a card, clarifying card for the Queen of Pentacles, and see what this situation has been about. And then I'll get one more card for the Ten of Swords after that. And first of all, can we have a card please for the Queen of Pentacles? What is her situation? Why is she here? Why is she in the head, in the mind of these Leos? What they are aware of consciously. Sorry for the sniffing people, but I've been burning some sage and bay leaves, and it's quite powerful. I can feel it affecting my sinuses. Good for clearing energies. I like to burn it. while I'm doing readings, after readings. So a card please for the Queen of Pentacles. What does she represent here? What is the issue behind the Queen of Pentacles? Why is she turned up in the cards today? For Leo's Sun, Moon, Venus, Rising in this reading from now until the end of October. Why is the Queen of Pentacles present? What is it she wants to tell these Leos? So I'd say as well that with the Six of Wands moving away, that with the victory, that it was almost like the victory was assured, and then there was kind of a spanner in the works. Something happened that wasn't supposed to happen. Somebody who in many ways you thought you could trust turned out not to be as trustworthy as you thought they were, Leo, and that has upset you, but you're still not sure how you should proceed, and you know you've got to face something within yourself as well, at the heart of the matter with the Five of Wands. Why is the Queen of Pentacles here, please, universe? Spirit guides, spirit friends. One card, two cards, something. Give some clarity on the Queen of Pentacles. You don't want to. You don't want to give anything on the Queen of Pentacles. Okay. Different deck. Different deck. Different deck. Okay. What deck do you want to use? Let's use, I'm going to use that Inner Visions deck card. I'm being drawn towards the good tarot, actually. Being drawn towards the good tarot for a good tarot by Colette Reid. For a clarifying card on the Queen of Pentacles. What is it that the Queen of Pentacles is trying to tell us in this read for October, till the end of October, from now until the end of October, with you have the Ten of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is being clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. It's saying that there has been a situation where things were going really well and you felt as though everything was balanced. You had everything you needed. If you look here, all the pentacles are surrounding her. But there is a feeling here, if you look, I've always thought with this card, if you look at her face, she doesn't look completely content about it. Almost like she's waiting for something. And with this wolf down here, kind of keeping his eye out for her. And I get the feeling that with the Queen of Pentacles here, that there has been a situation of being content, and that contentment has been upended. Something's come in and ruined that contentment, that Ten of Earth, that feeling of feeling like everything was going the way it was meant to go. You had everything you needed, the family situation, the maybe not even family as such, but just happiness in the sense of the physical realm. You had what you needed. You had created what you wanted around you, and something came in and has upset the apple cart, so to speak. So Yeah, to me, she always looks like she's got this, or today in particular, she looks like she's got this look on her face as if to say, I'm just waiting for my time. I'm just waiting for my time. Like she's not happy. Not happy. Knows that she has to do something. Doesn't necessarily want to do it. So I'm going to go back to using the Greek mythic and see if we can get a card for the Ten of Swords. And she's kind of guarding her treasure there as well in the Ten of Earth. She's got a treasure chest. If you look here, a treasure chest which is kind of overflowing with goodies that she's accumulated. And I do get the feeling that this is about somebody who's worked and achieved and felt that they had everything as they wanted it to be, and then something comes in. And here we have the Nine of Cups over the top of the Ten of Swords. So I'd say that this is a situation of wanting your wish to come true, wanting your happiness, but not feeling as though where you're looking is the right place for it, because this is the wish fulfilling card. This is the nine, the reunion, the happiness, the having gone through the trials and the tribulations to get there. This is the card of knowing what you want, of love being your reward, the person that you're with you feel is the right person for you. But in this particular situation, I get the feeling with coming out with the Ten of Swords here that it's not a reciprocal feeling. I think it's more one-sided. I think one person has more feelings and emotions for somebody than the other one does, and I think somebody's got to face up to some hard truth here with the Ten of Swords, something that they don't necessarily want to allow themselves to accept as a truth. And I've pulled two Ask and It Will Be Given cards by Esther Hicks. The first card I pulled was this one, which says, I will do my best to make the best of it. A key to regaining your feelings of empowerment is to decide right now that no matter how good or how bad you are feeling, you are going to do your best to make the best of it. Do that again and again, and in a short period of time, you will find yourself in a very good feeling place. So what this card is saying is that no matter the situation that you find yourself in, and I know sometimes it's very difficult and it's painful and it's not always that easy, but you need to keep reminding yourself that no matter the situation, you are going to make the best of that situation. You are going to rise above it. And I think that's why I was getting the message here with the Five of Wands. Be brave, Leos. Stand up to the courage of your convictions. Make the best of a situation, even if it's not a good situation. And that's how you will get out of it. That's how you will find your way out of this, by finding the best in the situation, slowly, bit by bit, no matter what it is. It can just be small things daily, and you can even write these things down and make yourself a gratitude journal where you each day add something that you felt good about until you're kind of feeling good about a lot more than you do now. And this card that came out as well, whatever I can imagine, the universe can deliver. If you have the ability to imagine it, or even to think about it, this universe has the ability and the resources to deliver it fully unto you. For it is like a well-stocked kitchen with every ingredient imaginable at your disposal. So as you start feeling better about your situation, you can then begin to imagine everything that you need and you want. So that, Leos, is where I'm going to leave your message today. I hope it has been helpful. If you liked the reading, please subscribe, hit the like button, tap the bell to get future videos, and my information will be in the description down below if you would like a personal private reading with me. My email will be there. I hope that you get something from this reading. I hope it helps you find some way of getting beyond this situation, and I wish you all the best. Until next time, thank you.